again for Pamela Hanley!
Wow, look at you guys on the way today. Okay, get out here. No way. So I hate the greeting. It's like if I go with hi, you're gonna be like imbo. If I go with hey, it's gonna be like dumbass. I would love to be like, yo, what up? But I can't pull that off. I'm just too white. I think I'm gonna go with how the fuck are you guys? Let's do the second tone, okay? I say bad words. I like to use foul language. It feels better. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't be self-righteous. I think since my parents are not here tonight, I'm going to blame my cursing on them completely. They taught me everything I know. I swear to God, my mom, I'm like 5 years old, and my mom's telling me a story. She's singing me Old MacDonald Had a Farm. This is not made up. She goes, Old MacDonald is an ugly fucker. I messed it up. Old MacDonald is an ugly fucker. Oops! That's a true story, and I'm like 5, and I go, yeah. That's my mom. Now my dad is a whole other thing. He puts together epic compound word things that nobody's ever heard of in your life. Most of the time, he taught us this while we were doing family drives in the car. You guys all know that. Dads are so mad when they're driving. Why are they mad? So before I go on, let me tell you one thing. My parents had a pacer. Okay? Yeah! Come on now. Does anybody know what a pacer is? Who makes a pacer? Tonka makes a pacer. Yes. Let me tell you, it had a uniseat in the back, made of pleather vinyl stuff. I don't know, it had that mystery hump. Nobody knows what that is, but if you open it up, it's hamsters going into it. It's actually the engine of the car. So we're in the back seat, the three of us. My dad turns mad, he's just mad. And then we all go flying. We hit each other. We don't have seatbelts, of course. We hit into each other, we immediately start fighting. And we're crying because our asses are completely chafed by the pleather. And this is it, my dad's mad and he's crying, he's gonna cuss, it's coming, but he first starts hitting. He can't turn around and drive, but he's like, he just wants to smack anybody, it doesn't matter who, there's no justice, okay, just somebody gets smacked. My sister and I, such bitches, we pick up my little brother, we hold him in the line, sorry Mike, sorry. Anyway, that's my dad. Now he comes up to the first person annoying him, and they don't have to be doing anything but really just driving. I don't know what they're doing, but he rolls down the window because, again, it's a pacer. You're like, cockbite. This is his first word. You cockbite. Okay. Then we come up to the next light. He's pissed. I don't know why. He goes to shoot the finger, and he calls somebody a fuck knuckle. I'm not making this up. He calls somebody a fuck knuckle, and we're like, Dad, what is that? Is that like the fuck finger got cut? No, it's a knuckle. If he was here, I'd call him and ask him after the show. What was that, Dad? Then my all-time favorite is the dick nose. You gotta like it. You dick nose, and I'm laughing as a kid because there's this poor guy with just like a flaccid elephant penis. That's my favorite. He finally tones it down though, because my sister and I were getting older, and one night at a family dinner, my sister's like, Mommy, what's a cock? And my mom's awesome. She doesn't even miss a beat. She's like, honey, that's a rooster. And so my sister's like, well, why does Dad always want to fight it then? And my mom's like, Father of the Year, stop it. Oh, God. I hate the rest of my family. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of them are here right now. I love my husband and my son, as long as they're not home or talking to me or bothering me. I love them. I love my Uncle Kevin who's here, not you. But we are a big Irish Catholic family. You know all the stereotypes, it's true. I'm not going to even say them. We got a lot of weddings, we got a lot of cousins. And I'm really close with my brother. My brother and I are close, so best day of my life, he comes home and he's like, I met an awesome girl I fall in love with, I'm going to marry her, and she's a nice Muslim girl. And I'm like, did not take the sacrament in church. I know. It's alright. I'm gonna burn it now. So now my husband and I are like, you know, we're off the hook after this one. It's gonna be Muslim / God knows what. Awesome. She's great too. I love her. Now the head of this family is my grandmother. And you can't call her grandma, you have to call her grandmother, and you have to curtsy while you're doing it. Grandmother. She uses words like atrocious and mortified. She's British, I don't know why she's British, but that's how she talks. She judges your intellect by the number of syllables you can use in a word, okay? I love her, so, you know, we get her to the wedding, she's mortified, but she's okay. She's not happy because it's in a hotel. It's being performed by a family member, and it's a woman, for Christ's sake. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not good. But she's relatively happy until we get to the reception. And they announce that we are going to have the traditional Muslim belly dancer. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, you know, I look at her, I'm like, oh my God, she's not going to make it. She's mortified, and by the way, the Muslims are just as hypocritical as Catholics, Jews, Christians. I mean, no sex, all this stuff, but you can have a hot stripper at your wedding. Awesome. That's a whole other story. So my grandma's gonna get through it. She's doing a rosary, like an imaginary rosary. She's praying. She'll be okay. I look across the room though. My husband and I are just like, yeah, high five, we're done. I see across the room 8 of my cousins, there's so many of them, but there's about 8 boys, they're all lined up, and they're like, this wedding just got good. They range in age probably like 7 to 14, and they're just mesmerized. And I said to my husband, look honey, they all just got their first boners together. Sweet. They'll never forget it. It's true. Anyway, now my brother is, he's got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, so I don't know, he's in living hell. Don't applaud that, don't. He's great though, he calls me up to bed and he's like, oh my God, Pamela, Mina's in her terrorist shoes. She's being a little Al-Qaeda today, little sleeper cell. And I go, oh my God, you can't say that, Michael. First of all, those are your kids, second of all, we're on a cell phone. Now the FBI is attacking us, thank you. He doesn't care. He goes, oh yeah, well, Al-Qaeda, sleeper cell, shoe bomb, President Obama, guns, fuck it. And he's like, yeah, we're all fucked now. But he goes, you know what's funny? When Homeland Security shows up, I'm going to give them her little ass for interrogation. I'll be like, there's the sleeper cell, boys, enjoy her. That's genius parenting, I'm telling you right now. Thank you guys for coming.